Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Jonathan Kuminga surprise benching spark season best performance in Warriors win. The stage was set for Jonathan Kuminga's best game of the season. Not only were Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Melton out for the first leg of the Golden State Warriors home back-to-back against the New Orleans Pelicans, but Stephen Curry was joining them on the Chase Center sidelines, leaving Steve Kerr's team bereft of dynamic scorers and ball handlers despite its exceptional depth. What better way for Kuminga to shake off his obvious early season funk than the utmost necessity when the Warriors submitted their starting lineup before tip-off of Tuesday's game. Though Curry and Wiggins weren't the only regulars missing, Kuminga's name was conspicuously absent too, with Kerr opting for Moses Moody at small forward instead. It was easy to jump to conclusions from there. Kuminga didn't get the massive rookie contract extension that would have cemented him as a Warrior fixture before the October 21st deadline. His play over the season's first 3 games as a full-time starter on the wing were at best uneven and at worst actively damaging. Suddenly benched with the Dubs down their top 2 scorers, latent friction between he and Kerr seemed bound to resurface. Apparently no one told the 22-year-old of those palpably fraught circumstances after playing an indispensable role in the short-handed Warriors' 124-6 comeback victory over the Pelicans. Kuminga, just like he did concerning failed extension talks, downplayed the significance of his eyebrow-raising shift to the bench. It's just the game of basketball. At the end of the day we always got to stay professional, he told Zaina Carter of NBC Sports Bay Area. Man, that's what we do, just got to come out here every day and just play because that's what we choose to do every day, no matter what circumstances, no matters what's happening. Just got to come in and be a professional and play the game of basketball, play the game that you love and go home. It's that simple. Kuminga finished with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals and 1 block in a season-high 28 minutes of action. He got off to another rough start on Tuesday, unable to contain Brandon Ingram defensively and struggling to carve out space to operate on the other end amid lineups that lacked high-level shooting. When Ingram wasn't draining jumpers in his face, Kuminga was getting a dunk blocked by impressive New Orleans rookie Yves Missi, or having the ball stripped from him by the smaller CJ McCollum on a post-up. Almost nothing Kuminga did early suggested a breakout game was coming. His personnel-specific emotion from the starting 5 and continued underwhelming play seemed like an inevitable tipping point player and team would be forced to address on the post-game podium, but the light bulb came on for Kuminga midway through the second quarter as Golden State fought tooth and nail to recover from a 20-point hole. The Dubs' aggressive handsy defense allowed Kuminga to loosen the open floor decisiveness, attacking downhill with and without the ball that extended to the half-court. The Dubs took complete control after halftime, coming alive on offense as New Orleans, already playing without the injured Digel Murray and Trey Murphy 3 before Herb Jones left for good early in the third quarter, wilted under the relentless pressure they applied defensively. We all just came out here with one mindset, just putting pressure on defense. Kuminga set of Gold State's second half performance. Draymond Green said that as long as we put pressure on defense, the offense will be easy, so that's what we just came out here and did. There were many moments in the dominant third quarter when Kuminga flashed his butting skill with the ball. A smooth pull-up 3 from the left wing as the Pelicans miscommunicated us, which was encouraging, and Kuminga's slick backdoor bounce pass to a cutting Lindy Waters 3 in traffic provided more hope that he'll soon grow comfortable playing on their perimeter. But any member of Dub Nation watching from the friendly confines of Chase Center or couches and bars across the globe knows exactly which sequence from Tuesday's game portends his future stardom most. A lefty touch finish past Missi, coupled with the backline block at the rim, was reason for celebration enough, coupled with Kuminga's subsequent transition push and late lob pass to Tracy Jackson Davis. They makes this 3-possession highlight perhaps the most encouraging stint of his career. That's the version of Kuminga who deserves the max max-level money he wanted from the Warriors in an extension if Kraft finishes. Impact help defense and advantage creation. Passing proved much fewer and further between as 2024-25 continues. There's even a chance Golden State jumps at the chance to give him that type of deal in restricted free agency come summer. NBA rumors. One big sign the Warriors may be inching closer to trading Jonathan Kuminga after failing to reach an agreement on a contract extension with the Golden State Warriors before the NBA's rookie scale extension deadline. It was clear that Jonathan Kuminga was betting on himself heading into this season. Through the first week the early returns have been hit or miss. Through 4 games he's averaging just 10 points and 3 rebounds on 38% shooting from the field and 177% shooting from three-point range. He struggled so much to start this season that Warriors head coach Steve Kerr removed him from the starting 5 just 3 games into the season. After making such a move, you can't help but wonder if it reflects how the team feels about his future with them. Kuminga has no extension and is no longer a starter at the moment for the team. With what has transpired between the two sides, you can't help but wonder what could be next. At this point, the Warriors exploring Kuminga's trade market ahead of the NBA trade deadline may not be out of the realm of possibility. In fairness, Kuminga is coming off the best game of his season thus far after being relegated to a bench role. Kuminga managed to put together his best performance of the year against the New Orleans Pelicans. He finished with 17 points, 3 rebounds and 3 assists on 46% shooting from the field. Does this mean that should be more open to coming off the bench for the Warriors? Perhaps, but long term you'd have to imagine that Kuminga won't want to embrace this entirely as he prepares for free agency next summer. There's a huge difference between starter money and bench money, and if Kuminga wants to cash in on a big contract next off-season, proving that he can be a consistent start is an easy path toward this. Being demoted to a bench role this early in the season isn't a step in that direction for Kuminga, but who knows, maybe with strong performances like Tuesday night, perhaps Kuminga will be back in the Warriors starting lineup sooner rather than later. But if not, and if the Warriors don't view him as a foundational piece or don't believe they'll be able to afford him in free agency next summer, the Kuminga trade watch could be on. And if Golden State is willing to move him to the bench, perhaps there is more at play here. Maybe the Warriors are showing signs that they may be willing to trade Kuminga at the NBA trade deadline. After all, Warriors are betting favorites to sign Jazz veteran if he is traded. The Warriors entered the 2024-2 NBA season after having one of the worst off-seasons in recent history, as the team was determined to make a significant move in free agency or with the trade, but achieved neither. In addition to failing in free agency and the trade market, the team made some questionable moves that were heavily criticized. While there has been a lot of negative attention on the Warriors over the summer, the team has started the season much better than expected, with the Warriors recently coming off their first loss late in the fourth quarter on Monday night. Despite playing better than expected right now, the consensus seems to be that the Warriors will make a change if they can make a significant improvement, especially in their front court, which makes them favorites to sign Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler. According to via NBA Central, the Warriors were looking for the ideal center to play alongside the star but were unable to find him. However, if they can convince the Jazz to part with Kessler, the Warriors would bring in a potential game-changing player and could gain prominence as a much better team in the Western Conference with title-contending aspirations this season. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Walker Kessler? Leave your opinion in the comments.